Even Snopes says that Joe Biden's favorite talking point is a lie. Y'all remember the talking point? They try to say that Trump said that both sides, referring to neo Nazis, both sides are have good people. But we all know that we knew that was a lie. We seen the original video, we seen the original transcript, we know it was edited, and the media lied to us for 7 years. And now, 7 years later, Snopes actually admit that that was a lie. Trump never said that the neo Nazis were fine people. So this is crazy that 7 years later they finally admit that, and we having to cover this again. This is something that we've been saying. We've been correcting the media on their mainstream, on their lies and stuff that they've been pushing in propaganda. But I don't know what possessed Snopes to come out and admit that it wasn't true. I guess because Joe Biden is still coming out and saying that Trump said it's fine people on both sides. I mean, I would argue. I remember arguing with leftists until I was blue in the face, trying to say, "Hey, here's the video. Look at the video for yourself," or "Here's the transcript. Read the transcript for yourself." And they will refuse to look at the video for themselves. They just go off of what the mainstream propaganda media, Mockingbird media, been telling them. I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want to look at things for themselves and find out things for themselves rather than going off of what other people say. And this is why they don't teach. They don't teach this in schools. Critical thinking, being able to think on your own, being able to research stuff and look at stuff on your own rather than going off of what someone else say. I don't understand it. But we're gonna talk a little bit about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon, and that's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. All right, so let's talk about this. Oh, before I get to this news, also I'd like to say that I'm putting out more reports during the evenings, late night. With I use AI because sometimes it's late and I might have been sipping a little bit or smoking a little bit, and I don't feel like getting on camera. So I use the AI reporter just to get the information out there, and maybe sometimes I'll cover it myself the next day, or sometimes I'll put out these AI reports in the morning. But it's me doing this. It's just a way for me to put out news and information at times where I don't really feel like doing it myself, just to let y'all know, because I had someone say they don't really prefer the AI reporter. But it's just a simple way for me to put out news that I don't feel like actually getting on camera for. So check those out. It'll actually say AI reporter in the title, so you know that it's not me going on camera. It's me using the AI voice. So just to let y'all know a little bit about that. But let's talk about this story here. This comes from PJ's Media Matt Margolis, and he reports that Joe Biden often tells fictitious stories to enhance his life story. One of his favorite tall tales is his oft-repeated claim that Trump comments following the deadly Charlottesville rally in 2017 motivated him to run for president. According to Biden, Trump called neo-Nazis and white supremacists at Charlottesville rally very fine people. Of course, he did no such thing. Although this bogus story has been debunked since 2017, it's never stopped Joe Biden from repeatedly claiming that he had no intention of running for president in 2020 until that moment. While we've known this was a lie for years, left-wing fact checker Snopes chose to post this week that Biden's claim about Trump's claim that many Democrats have repeated as well is false. They said, "We looked into these claims and found that while Trump did say there were very fine people on both sides, meaning both the protesters and the counter-protesters, he also condemned neo-Nazis and white nationalists outright and said he was specifically referring to those who were the only two participant in the statue protest." I mean, it was clear from the video. If anyone looked at the video, he said they're very fine people on both sides. And then he immediately afterwards said, "I'm not talking about the Nazis. I'm not talking about the white nationalists." And then they took that and took that last part and edited it out and just showed that he said it's very fine people, and they tried to say that he was referring to neo-Nazis and white nationalists. It's disgusting work that the mainstream media did, and they knew it was an outright lie and continued to push that story. And I guarantee that Joe Biden knew that it was a lie, but he continued to push that story as well. Snopes even posted a transcript of the press conference. I'm not gonna go over it. Y'all can look up the video for yourself and see it for yourself. You can read the transcripts for yourself. He didn't say that the neo-Nazis were very fine people. But Snopes says that, quote, while Trump did say there were very fine people on both sides, he also specifically noted that he was not talking about neo-Nazis and white supremacists, and said they should be condemned totally. Therefore, we have rated this claim false. It's not entirely clear why they're posting this now. That's what that's what I was saying. I don't understand why they decided to go back 7 years later and say that it was a lie. But the week of the first presidential debate, but if Biden was planning to use this lie about Trump in the debate, he might want to think twice about it. Conservative media has been telling the truth about this for years, but the liberal media has not. Shielded by biased fact checkers, they've given cover for Biden to continue pushing this lie about Trump. And they're just talking about supporting PJ Media here. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. What do you make of Snopes actually coming out and admitting what we already knew 7 years ago, that this whole very fine people on both sides propaganda was a lie? Let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.